Hello.
What's up? It's Erin.
And Nicole, this is Dude That's Fucked Up, the podcast.
Welcome. I was just making sure
Welcome.
my actual microphone was on. Just, last minute checks.
Is it?
Yeah,
We hope so.
looks like
I
it.
mean, I can hear you, so we have backup audio being recorded, which is great.
Great. Love it.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? Just checking in, making sure everybody's hanging in there. It's a wild time, per usual. We're going to have a weird episode, probably. Who knows? We're going to talk a lot of shit, for sure.
I'm just glad that we did our bonus episode earlier this week and we went off on like a religion rant so that I don't have to get that
rehash
out this episode. Yeah. I got it out of my system and we're good.
Yeah, we really talked. We took one little question that was like, it sounds like you don't believe in the supernatural.
Yeah.
And we extrapolated that question on our Patreon Q&A to a whole philosophical discussion about religion.
Yeah.
So,
but it felt good.
It felt real nice.
I like exercising those parts of my brain.
Totally. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Especially when you literally don't talk to anybody about anything in depth
Ever.
for months,
Yeah.
So
totes.
It's cool. What's going on? Do we have any business?
Oh my gosh. Just that now that we actually have had the postcarding party, it was so great. I sent out all my postcards yesterday. My hand was
cramping.
A little cramped. Yeah, it was like a little cramped claw. Just by the end, I was like, I have 3 more. I was gritting my teeth through it. And I only did 40. So anyone who did more than that, kudos to you.
I have 80 that I'm getting through. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do it in batches.
Yeah, I'm doing batches. I'm doing different messages.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I can get it done. I have done more strenuous things in my life, so it's no big deal.
NBD.
And it feels good to do something that feels I don't know. Maybe it can make a difference. Who knows?
Yeah.
TBD.
TBD, yeah. Studies have shown, but you know what? We don't know if that'll be the case this time. Who knows?
That being said, please make sure you're registered to vote in your state. States all have different rules about voting. You can vote early in some cases. If you vote by mail, you might not even be able to really vote by mail in your state. So just make sure you're checking that shit out. There's so many resources online. So definitely, I personally went to the vote.org just to make sure I was good to go in the system, in the matrix. And there's tons of tools to help you find your polling place and your whatever. I registered to put my name to. Oh yeah, that I think in California that just everybody gets to vote by mail. But I volunteered to be a poll worker. So if that's something that you're willing and able to do, consider that. Also, fill out the census. That's extremely important to your community. And I did that as soon as I possibly could. Took literally 5 minutes. So
yeah, I know. I sent it to my brother today. And I checked in with my mom and I was like, did you do that? She's like, yeah, a long time ago. And I was like, oh, superstar. And then I checked in with my brother and I was like, hey, have you done this yet? He's like, no, not yet. I was like, it only takes 5 to 10 minutes. Just do it now.
If you don't want anybody coming to knock on your door, because there's census workers that are hitting the streets now. Just do it online. And then you don't have to interface with anybody if you're worried about, having a conversation face to face with a stranger who comes randomly knocking at your door. So
yeah, we know no, we don't like that. I don't answer the door.
No, I never answer the door. Yeah, kidding me?
If it's Amazon, fine, but if it's a random, no, unless they maybe look distressed.
I grew up in the 80s when serial killers were just picking up children off the street every single day. So
yeah, same. I remember getting so scared when I would be home alone and someone would knock on the door and I wouldn't move, and then I'd army crawl to the couch and like look, because we like had a window that could see down. I swear to God, even into my like late teens, I'd be like, pretend you're not home, and I'd like
still
crawl.
do that. I like
Yeah,
back up against the wall.
yeah.
Make sure nobody
Or
roll under the couch.
I'm like sliding like that movie Entrapment, Catherine Zeta-Jones, but like under where they could see like through the peephole. I'm like, if I could see them, they could see me. So I'm like,
same
sliding underneath.
Except I look like a slug and not like a hot babe in a cat suit with a cool butt.
Totes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not my experience.
I'm fucking rolling around like Violet Beauregard on fucking Willy Wonka. I'm just like doop doop doop, and I'm like I'm like thinking I look good, but no, I'm just like they can see me the whole time.
They're like, this bitch is just not going to answer the door. Cool, whatever.
Yeah, they're like, ma'am, I can see you. We know you're home. Yeah. I'm just like. I cover my eyes like a toddler. I'm like,
you can't see me.
See who? I'm haunting this house. I'm a ghost, which, I mean, look at my skin color. I could be a ghost.
You are the whitest of the white. Yeah.
I'm a ghost. It's spooky.
You could be a Victorian ghost for sure.
In the right clothes. Not in what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a fucking Stone Brewing Company t-shirt. So.
Anywho, those are some action items if you care or not, fucking fast forward.
I know. Oh
what are we gonna do? We're not gonna. We're just trying not to die. Okay.
Yeah, we're not keeping track if you're listening to this or not.
No,
we're not. We don't know who you are.
Yeah. Let's see. Moving right along. Anything fucked up for you this week?
I already kind of talked about it. I feel like there's too many people I know that are acting like it's just like, how did I get on the fucking pandemic timeline and no one else did? You know what I mean? It's
yeah. I definitely.
Why am I in this alternate reality?
I definitely feel like I'm living in an alternate reality sometimes. Yeah, so it's weird.
I was really bummed yesterday because my cousin, she doesn't listen to this, and if she does, then
shape up or ship out.
Yeah. She was up in Lake Arrowhead this week, like. Not even, maybe it was like over the weekend.
In our hometown. Gallivanting around.
Fucking at our friend's brewing company, who I was wearing the shirt yesterday when I like saw that she was there. And I still haven't even been there. And it's like, I can't even go there. Like, I don't know. I guess
shout out to Lake Arrowhead Brewery.
Oh my God.
Love you, Megan and Travis.
Company. Yep. We love you. I wear your shirt all the time. I'm repping for you guys. Even though I haven't been there yet, but I will get there at some point.
Yep.
I did try the beer because Erin gave me some.
Mm-hmm.
So
delightful.
It was so good.
Oh, it's so good. Ugh.
And I've made people go there who have like gone up to the mountains. But
yeah.
But yeah, I was just like annoyed that she was there, just like hanging out with her friends, and I'm just like, oh, I know they didn't.
She doesn't even go here.
Yeah. I know. And I just wanted to be like, oh my God, it's so cool that like there's no pandemic where you are.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's like, this is so wild. Anyway, it's so obnoxious. What's your fucked up thing this week?
I mean, same. It's just everything shit. We have these fires just raging in California, Oregon, Washington. The entire West Coast basically is just like fucking in flames.
Yeah.
And I think that's like my fucked up and also the segue into the topic that we're about to talk about.
Great. Love it. 2 for 1.
Yeah. The way that the fires have affected, I mean, it's not affecting us on a personal level, although we have grown up in Lake Arrowhead, which has historically been a hotspot for wildfires. It's a national forest that is tinder dry in the fire season months. And I have personally been evacuated twice on my birthday. So it's like a very, I have a lot of emotions around, seeing all this happen and smelling the smoke, which we totally can.
Yeah.
smell the smoke from fires that are in Ukaipa, the one set by the woman, the people
Oh.
who had a gender reveal party.
Mm-hmm.
If you're thinking about ever doing this, please don't
Oh my
ever.
God.
This is stupid. Gender reveal parties are.
We're over. We're done with those.
Come on,
We
man.
moved
Even
on.
the person who originated the gender reveal party was like, please stop doing this. Nobody gives a shit what's in your kid's diaper. Like, nobody cares. It's so weird that we're like, oh my God, a penis, a vagina,
Yeah.
like ambiguous genitalia. Like, we don't
Yeah.
need to, nobody should care about that shit. It does not matter. A baby.
Yeah, and stop projecting all your shit onto your kid just
Yeah.
like based on their gender. It's like, oh, I've always wanted a boy. It's like, well, they might not even like boy stuff, so fuck off.
Yeah.
Like just let your kid be their own thing. You know what I
Get
mean?
the fuck out of here. Also, they're babies. Like, babies,
Yeah, they're babies.
don't have a gender construct
I
in their
know.
brains. It's only whatever is put upon them later on in life, which is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's what I'm saying. Stop like projecting all your shit.
absolutely.
Like just because you have a daughter doesn't mean they want to be like a fucking pageant princess, okay?
Yeah, God, it's so dumb. But
Yeah.
at any rate, these people set this fire that's close. The one that's there's two that are pretty close to us, but the one that's close.
Yeah, there's one closer.
There's one that's closer, and that one was set by a person doing a gender reveal party, and
oh no, the closer one's isn't it in the Sierra Madre Mountains?
oh yeah, that one. I guess as the crow flies, that one is closer.
As the crow flies,
I would say we're getting all the smoke from the other the gender
glowing.
reveal party.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, there's just fire surrounding us. There's like chunks of ash.
We are getting ash all over everything.
Oh my God. It's chunks. It's like a chunk flew into my eye when I was at the supermarket this week. And I was like, what was that? And then I like look and I'm like, oh, there's like chunks of ash in the air. And we're at least 40 miles from the nearest fire. It's like fucking wild.
And I think a lot of people have probably already seen the images of that people have been posting on Instagram and other social media platforms of the San Francisco Bay Area
my God.
where the sky is just completely orange. It looks like fucking Blade Runner in this bitch. Like it is, it's gnarly.
It's end times.
It's end times. And even here in Long Beach, the smoke from fires, it's just like created this weird overcast vibe that is unnatural, completely weird. It just like washes everything out. It's not fog.
It's so dark.
It's so dark. It's really weird. It's actually, it's not even smog. It's fog mixing with the like extreme smoke. It's so bizarre. There's ash everywhere. It is like we are living in a post-apocalyptic nightmare. And just when we think things can't get worse, this is it. Here it is. It inevitably does get worse. So, like I said, most of the West Coast is on fire right now. The sky is just unnaturally orange, gray, poop color in our area, at least. And it
bloody
looks,
poop.
Yeah, it looks like we're just living in the end of days. And you know what? Maybe we are.
I mean, it's possible.
Maybe some of these predictions about the end of the world that have happened in the past several years are actually right, but maybe they're just off by a little bit of years.
10 years.
Yeah.
A decade.
Or
depending. I mean, or
give or take.
Give or take.
Yeah. 25 years, whatever.
Yeah.
Who's to say? And I this like whole vibe that we're living in right now, this whole post-apocalyptic time, this like just this aesthetic that we are dealing with right now has really just inspired me and forced my brain back to 2011. And I'm thinking very specifically about this one dude who made these predictions about the coming of end times. And it's all of this just like triggered my memory about this guy. And that's today's topic. We're talking about the one, the only Harold Camping. Nobody knows.
Harold Camping.
Harold Camping. If you're like, who the fuck is that? Well, let me tell you.
I am.
This man became known for repeatedly not once, not twice, not 3 times, but several times, repeatedly announcing failed predictions of dates for the end times. Like, he was like, the world's going to end this day, and didn't. And he's like, oh, no, I read that wrong. It's this day. Did not end.
If you're not immediately discrediting this man after the first time, get out. You know what I mean? Like, you are, sir, you put all your eggs in this basket. It didn't pay off. You're done. No. Not Harold. He was like, let me try a couple more times. Let me try a couple many more times. And then we'll see where we go.
God grant me the confidence of Harold Camping. Every time he did one of these end of days, these EOD announcements, it would gain him, like, kind of temporarily, a bunch of hardcore devotees.
Yeah.
And
he'd reach cult status.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
For the time.
And for a while there, he had a very solid global following with like millions of people all over the world, including millions of dollars of donations from randos. And I don't know what he was going to be raising money for if the world was just going to end. Like, what are you going to do with fucking money? Like, that is a foregone conclusion. Like, you don't
Grifter.
You don't need that.
My grifter alarm's going off.
We got a grifter.
Grifter here. Come see a grifter.
Yeah, this man, Harold Camping, was a full grifter. Let's talk about him.
Yeah. Let's talk shit about him.
So, Harold Camping was an American Christian radio broadcaster, an author, self-published, obviously, and evangelist, who was born to Dutch parents in Colorado in 1921. His family then moved shortly thereafter he was born to California. Get out of here.
Oh, my God.
He actually ended up going to Berkeley, which, cool, but
it didn't work.
No.
It didn't do what it was supposed to do, which is, like, turn you into, like, a very smart, like, progressive. Because it wasn't that time yet.
No, it wasn't that time yet. It was like, it was before Berkeley was the hippie factory of the world.
Totally.
I think he graduated at some point in the 40s, so wasn't there yet.
No.
He got married, started a construction company, as one does after getting a degree in engineering at Berkeley. Fair.
That's what you do.
Yeah, that's what you do. You get married.
Fucking get married. You start a business. You settle down. He also he was like super religious. So obviously he started seeding the 6 eggs that would become his children.
Gross. I read this in the notes and I was like, why did you word it that way? I hate it.
Because it's not like he wanted, like, it's not like, oh, yay, I'm going to be a dad. I love kids. Like, you know, he was just like, based on what we know now, having done the research, I'm like, oh, he was like, what is it? Like shooting his bows
quiver.
His quivers.
Yeah.
He was
filling
quiverful.
He was like a borderline quiverful. Like,
like, gotta seed these eggs, gotta sow my seeds so, like, we can have as many, like, evangelicals as we can.
That's right. 100%. He was, if he would have known about the quiverful movement, he would have been right up front doing the quiverful.
He would have been a quiverful daddy. He would have been like, I'm leading this charge. My quiver is full.
What is this, like, fucking Robin Hood challenge? I got this. Let me shoot these arrows, bitch.
Oh my God. He's like, call me Robin Hood and Brother John.
Ooh. I hate it.
Call me Father John too.
Daddy John.
Call me Daddy John. Call me. What's the king's name? King Leo? King Leo, Daddy John.
King Richard.
King Richard, yeah. Wasn't there 2 kings?
There was,
One's like taking the place, I guess, until the king returns.
Well, there was like the sheriff.
I'm also,
You're going off of the cartoon, aren't you? Yeah. Bitch.
That's what I was just gonna say. I was like, in my mind, I'm
it's a
only
literal
looking up
lion
yeah.
with a
It's a
snake best
literal-
friend.
Yes. It was like in my head. I'm like, oh, hopping through the forest, and
Wow, we got really off topic already. So this man got really wealthy, I guess, with his construction company. So by the time he was 35, he was a millionaire, very successful.
Oh my God. But like, which already it's like, ugh. Great. Now this guy has money. We just know how this already is going to end up with this guy like being, you know, wrong about things that affect people. But the fact that he was like a millionaire and just like this bored construction guy and was also like very evangelical and was part of this it's called the Christian Reformed Church.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Christian Reformed.
Yeah.
It's just like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Like he's rich. His work is like kind of like delegating itself. It's a well-oiled machine. He has the time to spend his full days, 8-hour days, just like studying the Bible and just being religious. I don't know. It's like,
and this motherfucker had 6 kids, and what was he doing? He was not doing anything but reading the Bible, not helping, taking care of his kids.
It's the 50s.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't have to.
Yeah.
It was like you walked in the house and it's like your wife takes your briefcase, takes your coat, gives you a Mr. Rogers coat.
Mm-hmm. Your cardigan
your shoes.
and a fucking, drink and
and a pipe.
And
and a newspaper and like no one disturb daddy. And it's just like
he's going to read the Bible now.
Yeah. Daddy's reading the Bible. Everybody gather around. Daddy's reading the Bible.
Everybody get the fuck out. Daddy's reading the Bible. Go play.
Do y'all know when the world's going to end? Daddy knows.
Yeah, Daddy's. I don't know why we did a Southern accent.
Well, it's like evangelical. I know, but he's from Colorado and California, so he sounds just like us probably.
Yeah, totally. He's like, everybody get the fuck out of here. Like so much vocal fry.
but like the world's like ending.
You
like,
guys, let me tell you something. You have to give all your money to me because the world is ending. That's just what you do.
Yeah.
So this guy, he got a bunch of friends together. He's bored as fuck reading the Bible. And in 1958, he and some friends from the Christian Reformed, or form the Christian Reformed, like a group.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, this makes so much more sense too because it sounds like a shitty like Jesus hip hop group.
Yes.
Like
Jesus is our savior. And if you don't like it, you can I don't know. I don't know.
I can predict it's the end of days. Give me all your money if you got a raise. Like
yeah.
Beastie Boys type.
Yeah.
But like dumber, obviously.
Also, it's 1958, so yeah.
Okay, maybe they're more of a doo-wop.
I want to say they're like a barbershop quartet.
Yeah, love it. Okay, and they're Christian, Reformed.
Bum 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 bum.
Mr. Jesus.
Please come to Earth. Kill all these other people who don't give a fuck. I don't know. I don't know.
Something rhyme it with birth. Do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's to say? But
who's to say?
So the Christian Reformed, they started a whole ass radio show. It's like in today's world, it'd be like a bunch of dudes getting together and starting a podcast.
Oh my God. But it wasn't just a show. They bought a station.
Yeah, a whole station.
They
Yeah.
fucking it's like it's like a bunch of guys getting together, and before they even have a successful podcast,
Right.
they're like, we should create a podcast network.
Yeah, like let's just, if we build it, it will come.
Yeah. If we build it, Christ will come.
Yeah.
You know? And oh my God. And of course it's like, the dumbest name I've ever heard. It's they buy an FM radio station in San Francisco, 97.3 FM, KEAR.
KEAR 97.3. I'm thinking
KEAR 97.3 FM. Or it's like KEAR 97.3 Jesus.
Jesus saves. Yeah, it's like it's it reminds me so much of what
97.3 Jesus saves.
Jesus walks on waves. You guys, it's the wave.
97.3 Christian wave.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Yeah, there's 94.7 the wave.
The wave. Yeah. Oh my
Here.
God.
Oh my God.
So
Oh my God.
so they use this radio station. God, bitch.
I'm so hot.
I am too.
I'm spitting everywhere. I love how excited I got, and you're like, what?
I knew.
You could tell I was like, I have to say it.
Oh
I'm
my
my dad.
God. So this radio station that they get together, this super group comes together and forms. They use the station to broadcast Christian gospel. Not gospel music, just the gospel of Christianity.
Oh, it's just
It would have been way better if it was gospel music.
Oh, yeah. At least it would have been like listenable. As it was, it's just like this dude reading from the Bible 24/7. I couldn't imagine.
Literally talk radio about the Bible. Like, oh, fuck. Imagine
oh, God.
my worst nightmare. Like, listen, whatever floats your boat. I'm not going to yuck somebody's yum, but yuck. They were able to dive into the gospel and really just make a whole was it 24/7? I think it was.
I mean, it was only programming on this channel.
Yeah.
It was all, they owned this channel. So all of the programming was related to like the teachings of Christ, essentially.
Right.
Like, and they had different kinds of programming, which we'll talk about in a second. But this whole station became known as Family Radio.
Yeah.
And eventually they ended up syndicating their content. So they bought. It's kind of like Ryan Seacrest's show, like the Countdown, or what's his name, Casey Kasem. How he had like the top 40, and that was syndicated in multiple markets. Like eventually. They bought additional stations, like, so they owned stations in other cities, but also they syndicated their programming.
Got it. So they would take whatever original programming they had, and then they would
sell it
to these other stations that they actually owned later on.
License it
to
other stations and stations they didn't own. So it got pretty big.
They had it down. They nailed it. They were like
to the cross.
Oh my God. Yeah, they really did it. So he had Harold Camping in 1961 started a show. It was like a primetime program called Open Forum. And this was like, I want to say this was like Loveline for Jesus.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God.
But it was like every weeknight he was on at like, I want to say like 6 p.m. or whatever.
Sure.
And
We don't know.
Prime time.
Yeah. It was primetime evening programming.
Yeah, like after dinner, you turn it on. Okay,
Yeah.
it's Harold. It's Harold time.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody get your glass of warm milk. Let's sit around the radio and listen to Harold camping. And sit around the camping fire.
Oh my God.
So he would basically take calls from listeners with questions about the meaning of certain passages from the Bible and how to interpret it.
Yeah.
And
Fucking Harold.
so Harold was like the Dr. Drew and was just like explaining these Bible passages. He knew everything somehow.
He thought he did.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like the part where it's like earlier you said to have the confidence of Harold camping. It's like, yeah. I mean, he definitely was confident and was a know-it-all and an expert and like was happy to tell everybody calling in.
Yeah, like what their life is. Yeah.
Yeah, what does this part of the Bible mean? He's like, well, I think it means. It's like, well, no one knows what that means. I mean, you can figure out some stuff, but it's like, oh, he's interpreting it for everyone,
And he did, yeah, he would answer people's questions like as they applied to, like they'd really be calling in for advice about their lives, and he was just like giving them maybe some really good, honest advice, and then maybe some just straight bullshit where who knows like how much harm this man did.
Well, a lot. We know eventually a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, a good amount. But I see it like, it's kind of like, I don't know. You know those detective boards where it's like string is connected to everything? That's like how I see the inside of Harold Camping's mind when it's just like people are calling in and he'd be like a detective, like piecing everything together. I have no idea what his show sounded like, but people would be like, oh, what does this passage mean? And he'd be like, okay, so this thing, like, okay, there's a Garden of Eden. And then he's like mapping everything in his head, and it looks like just a crazy bulletin board. And people are like, huh.
They're like,
oh, okay, thank you.
I was just asking if I should serve beef on Sunday to my family.
Yeah.
Like,
I was just seeing if, because it's Lent, should I eat fish on Friday?
Yeah, I was just asking a quick question about Leviticus. I didn't.
Right. And he's just like waxing poetic about his inner workings of his mind.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, like most listeners would call in with questions about like interpretations of certain passages, but occasionally they call in with questions ranging from the nature of sin and salvation to, everyday life, like marriage, sexual morality, education. So he was playing all these roles, like marriage counselor, best friend that actually doesn't know you.
Mentor.
Yeah, mentor. Baseball coach. Like it
fucking was sandwich artist.
Yeah, he was like wearing all these hats, motherfucker, pulling off all these wigs, snatching.
Oh my God. He was just everything to everyone. And you know what this makes me think of, though? Like, sidebar, and maybe this will be a bonus episode. We have to talk about Dr. Laura Schlesinger at some point, because, like, I hate that woman.
I hate her.
So deep in my coochie.
Yeah.
It, like, stings in there. It's like, I think of her, and I'm just like, fuck that lady.
Your cervix just starts going,
oh. Like, my cervix goes, la, 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 la.
This bitch, man, she's
oh my God.
She went out on a blazing low note. Oh God.
She went out on the brown note, and if you know what that is,
she shit herself basically on air live. Wow.
Oh my God.
I mean, she didn't literally, but
well, that we know of.
Well, fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely, we will do an episode on her. But anyway. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, and this, despite not subscribing to the Big Bang Theory, I'm assuming this show was syndicated to Big Bang Theory levels. It was so big. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are more fans of young Sheldon, though. No? Oh.
Is that? I don't think that's true.
Oh. Okay. Oh, Big Bang. Oh, you mean like the Big Bang. Okay. All right. Not the show. Okay. Great.
No, I do mean the show.
Oh.
Wait, are more people watching Young Sheldon?
I don't know.
Or is that just a joke?
It was a joke about how much I hate the Big Bang Theory and anything.
I know. But that show, in our current broadcast world, no show has ever been that big. Like, people hate Big Bang Theory, but that show is on in every country, dubbed in every language. I don't know why. Because it feels like no one watches it, but people watch it.
I don't understand. It is,
I know.
I want to say it's some sort of propaganda that it is actually exists. I don't know, somehow in some way.
It's what got Trump elected?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's hiding a subliminal message that is going to turn everybody into fucking zombies at some point. I don't know. I feel
it's okay. It's a sitcom.
Is not okay.
You hate it. You hate it.
Bitch, I used to watch all the sitcoms and now I can't even. I cannot even.
I watch so many still. I don't watch Big Bang Theory, but I did watch it. It was fine. But yeah, I don't know. It is, what we're saying is it was so, Erin's making a stinky face. It was so big that by 2011, so this went on for decades.
From the 60s to...
Yeah, from the 60s until, I think the radio station is still around, but he's dead. Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Ugh.
And it's not because the world ended.
Well, he was born in 1920, so...
Yeah, he was very old. But by 2011, this program that he hosted, which was called Open Forum, was in 150 markets and translated into multiple languages. So this man had an audience, which is why the next part we're getting to is even more it's all more fucking annoying because this guy had a captive audience that he sold his hustle to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so as any good grifter would tell you, you need to have a active and participating audience in whatever you're about to sell them. Whether it's somebody gathering around the fucking wagon you're selling snake oil from, or you have a fucking whole museum full of curiosities. You have to grift to a group, to a captivated audience. So this man one-upped everything and just said, listen, you guys, let me let you in on a little secret. The world's gonna end soon.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, what?
Yeah.
And he was like,
I know the day.
I know the day. I mean, we all know that we're gonna die and stuff, but no, I'm talking about in our lifetimes, the world is gonna end. And his listenership was like, excuse? And they chimed in, tuned in real quick. He even wrote a book about it. So he first predicted that the Judgment Day would occur on or about September 6th of 1994.
Oh my God. Honestly, there was a woman when I lived in New York City that would ride the 7 train and talk about this sort of thing, which maybe she was one of his disciples.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
She was a regular listener, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah. But the only difference between him and her is that he had money. She would just write on a piece of cardboard and ride the 7 train back and forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think she came from. She wasn't a fucking millionaire, okay? But that's what made this guy so annoying and allowed him to spew this bullshit for decades.
Yeah. He in 1992 he even wrote a book about it, about the end of days prediction that he had called 1994. It's literally 1994 with a question mark.
Yeah.
1994?
Do you?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
I don't know why this is the funniest book title ever to me. But he also has other books that he wrote. One of the titles, I'll tell you later, is so
They're all
funny.
dumb.
They're all dumb.
Yeah. P.S. This book was fucking 500 pages. And it's still a question.
500 pages of
Oh my God.
the one simple concept. All he had, it was one sentence.
Yeah,
was all,
he couldn't answer whether or not it was 1994. No, not
1994?
500 pages.
No, it took him 500 pages to write about the end of the world. So in the book 1994, he also mentioned that 2011 could actually be the end of the world.
Which is it?
Which is it? But this is very smart, you guys. You want to make sure as a grifter that you don't definitively say when the world will end in the book that you're writing about the end of the world. You don't want to say that. Like, yes, 500 pages. Get that page count and you
confuse people. Don't let him pinpoint. Say it's one thing, but then question it a couple paragraphs down.
Give
you know
them
what I mean?
all the esoteric bullshit that they crave, or not even crave, but that they might need to, or that you might need to create a very interesting seeming argument, I guess, for the end of the world.
Rant.
Ranty rant. This whole book. So yeah, he gave a whole range of days in September of 2011 that might be the end of the world. Could not nail it down.
No.
So yeah, people were like, wait, what? They like read this book and they were so confused. They're like, so is the world ending in 1994? And when it didn't, people were like, you're a fucking idiot. But then he had this 2011 time frame to fall back on, a whole ass year, basically. Like anything in that range of 2011, he could be like, all right.
Yeah, critics were pissed. Like, I think like other religious people were like, what are you doing? Like people who were more respected in the communities, I suppose, were like, you can't just like come out here and say this. And so he like quieted down on this particular topic for a little bit.
Yeah.
But like by 2008, he was back on his bullshit.
Bullshit.
We're closer to 2011 now, you guys. And it's important that we learn about this.
It's like 2008. He like digs himself out of his hole. He's like, yes. Oh, yes. Let's talk about the end of the world again, motherfuckers. And so he did. He was like, he wrote 2 more books. One of now this is the one that really got me. One was entitled "We Are Almost There!" ! Like almost there, like to the end of days.
Yeah, we're almost there. I love punctuation.
Like, are we there yet? Yes, we are almost there.
Yeah, 2011.
And the other book title was "To God Be the Glory." Cool. And those
that seems pretty benign.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. He referred to additional Bible passages in these books, which, in his opinion, pointed to May 21st, 2011 as the actual date for the rapture. This is when all the shit was going to go down. And then October 21st, 2011 as the date for the end of the world. Like the day the world just like implodes on itself or whatever the fuck.
It's like, yeah, you have how many days? Like 90 days notice.
Yeah.
Or how,
it's like an eviction notice. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like fucking you're put on notice. You're in a probationary period, but then that's the day you're getting fired.
Well, and
literally
like
in hell.
It's like the people who are raptured, like that's, I guess, good. Like you get taken to heaven, and the people that are left on earth, it's just like you're just dealing with the fallout from the apocalypse, which maybe that's what we're in right now. Like I feel like that
we did just have May.
Yeah, I feel like the rapture might have happened in 2016, unbeknownst to us sinners here.
Interesting.
And we are just living through the eventual demise of our planet. So who knows? Who's to say?
Who's to say? We don't know.
When David Bowie died, I was like, well, it's over. So
yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
And then Prince, and we were like,
and then Trump got elected, and I was like, seal's the deal.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's the 7th seal.
Third strike, you're out.
Yep.
That's baseball.
Yeah. Home run.
Okay, my favorite part of all of this, like, I love the titles of his books. I love that he keeps claiming different days for the end of the world. But I read about his formula in coming up with the end of the
I
day.
could not read it to save my life. I tried, so please enlighten me.
Oh my God, this is the formula. Okay. He's really good at math.
Cool.
Okay, so he based his prediction on a complicated formula involving 1, Noah's biblical flood. So, in Camping's opinion, that happened in the year 4990 BC.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the first thing.
So,
like Noah's.
This date is based on an opinion. Okay, cool.
Right.
So
this date is based on a random number he pulled from his
asshole. Yes.
asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And then he said that set forth a series of events. The moment Noah survived, Camping said a 7,000-year clock began ticking to the end of the world. Whoa. So it was like it was like in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, how the grandpa makes the breakfast machine. Or maybe that's the dad. But it's like the alarm goes off and that sends the egg rolling down and then it cracks open and then the coffee starts and it's like, what are those called?
Yes.
It's like a person's name.
Yeah.
And it's like a whole jib jab of
Fuck. I always forget. God damn it.
It's like a
I keep waffling between Myers-Briggs and Dunning-Kruger, which are not at all.
It's the Jason Biggs. I think that's why you're having a hard time with it. No, it's the no.
Rube Goldberg.
Fucking Rube Goldberg. Oh my God.
Damn it.
Also, that was like I talked about that with someone this week. That's so weird.
I've had literal conversations about Rube Goldberg, like puzzles, machines, whatever.
Yeah.
Where I like couldn't think of the name, and literally somebody in the booth next to me has been like Rube Goldberg because they couldn't stand it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
It is such a hard one.
What were we saying though? Oh, it was like, okay.
So the moment Noah survived.
Oh yeah, God. Okay.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's basically it was basically a big Rube Goldberg thing. What is that even worth it? We don't know. It went from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang to Rube Goldberg.
Let's just cut all that out from.
Yeah, we'll just cut all that out. We don't know what to salvage. Anyway, then the third piece of this equation.
Mm-hmm.
So the 7,000-year clock began ticking when Noah survived, and the final piece to lock it all in to 2011 is from there he subtracted a year from the 7,000 because there's a 1-year difference in the Old Testament and the New Testament. The calendars.
When is somebody going to tell them that the Bible is made up? Like when is that going to happen? Like, I don't.
Yeah, it's like that's a book.
That like people like made centuries after. Yeah. Okay. Well,
it's not a novel, but it is fiction.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's science fiction, I would say.
Truly. Yeah. So, but unfortunately, very, very unfortunately, a lot, and I mean a lot of people believed.
Oh my God.
That the world was going to end based on what Camping was saying on his radio programs and in his books. And a lot of people still believe like this man has something to say, and they took him at his word. And it was continually pumped out on the family radio shows. So, in fact, Family Radio as a company spent over $100 million on information campaign for Camping's 2011 end times prediction. It was financed by the sales and swaps of broadcast outlets, and over 5,000 billboards and countless pamphlets in 75 fucking languages were produced to spread this word outside outside of the radio program, it was in the world. Like, it was in the world. There were billboards everywhere. People were seeing these billboards and were like, what the fuck?
Oh my God. I don't even know that the marketing budget for like a Marvel movie is $100 million.
It's honestly like Shin Yun. It's like, it's like, this was.
It is, yeah.
It was at the time in 2011. It was prolific.
Also, they're not buying like the premium, like good positioning. So they're buying twice as much as like a Marvel movie or like a movie studio would buy. Because like they perm out billboards. They have primetime TV spots. No, this stuff doesn't air in prime. You're not going to see this on ESPN.
No.
Like,
this was
and they're buying trash, and that's cheap.
Yeah.
So they're getting so many fucking billboards and like radio spots and whatever.
And in places where it's just like, who's going to see this? And I mean, people did see it. So it's just like on a fucking billboard in rural, Pennsylvania or rural Kentucky,
California,
whatever, rural California. Yeah. But people are seeing it. People are like taking pictures, posting them on social media. That's free fucking marketing, guys. Don't do that. But yeah, people were buzzing about it as it got closer to the date, and it was definitely picked up by media outlets and talked about in a very jokey manner, like, oh, I guess the world's ending in 2011. Everybody party it up. But when it failed to happen in the time that he said, in the time frame that he said, he went ahead and revised that date like any good grifter would do. Yeah. He was like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry.
I didn't carry the one.
Did I say May? I meant September. It's so easy to confuse those dates. I don't know. So he revised the date to September 29th and then to October 2nd. So he just kept bumping it. It was like when you have a deadline and you're just like, oh, fuck, like something went wrong. I don't know. He just really. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So basically, he just kept bumping the deadline. And in the later books where he predicted the second coming of Christ, the things he said would happen were so dramatic that people were literally like on the edge of their seats. And it was not happening. And it's just such a huge fail. The things he said that would happen, for example, were that, quote, there would follow 5 months of fire, brimstone, and plagues on earth, with millions of people dying each day, culminating on October 21st, 2011, with the final destruction of the world. Those are certainly words. Yeah.
What a way to apologize and say you were wrong.
Yeah, he just kept bumping the date, and it wasn't there was no apology. And yeah, I don't know. It was just, it's really fucked up because people were really, really, really wrapped up in this idea.
Caught up in the rapture of camping. Okay, but I read somewhere that I can't remember where I read this, but like at some point he doubled down and was like, it did happen. Is that what you were talking about earlier? I feel like that's what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
When he was like, it did happen. Now we're in the period where we're all surviving until the world ends. We don't know who's going to make it, who's not. He basically already made the decision. Technically, you've already received your grade, but you still have to take the final.
Right,
you know
right.
It's
right. You're in the waiting room while everything crumbles around you, basically. Yeah.
So, and I was like, that's a fun, good way to kind of explain, at least while you're in the middle of it. Oh, no, it happened, but we're not going to know the results of the test for another couple
You're
months or
waiting
whatever.
For your name to get posted up on the door to see if you got the lead in the fucking play or whatever.
Yeah.
Or or
it's
like see
the
what your
decisions have already been made,
Yeah.
but we're waiting for them to post it.
Yeah. It's oh my God, it's so
It's
bad.
so dumb. But obviously this was like very stressful on him because sometime after May 21st, 2011, like a couple weeks after that, but before October, he had a stroke, which I just was kind of like shocked that he didn't use that as a platform to then come back and be like, I saw God, I spoke to God, I had the stroke, I almost died. Like, it seems like a missed opportunity for me
Honestly,
anyway.
yeah. Honestly, he could have grifted on
So
his
hard.
grift. He could have like
Oh my God.
he could have like doubled up, layered it, flipped it, and reversed it on his own grift and been like, I had this stroke and like use that to, I mean, that's fucked up, but like, yeah.
Now everybody, have you heard?
Stroke me, stroke me. We're gonna.
I saw God and the world's gonna end.
Baby, won't you simmer down? Oh God. So
Wait, what do I always think the words are to that? Struck me. No, it could be a winner, but baby, you're a sinner.
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, it kind of applies to this, but I always think it's
baby, won't you simmer down? I always thought it was that too. Like what? No.
I don't know what I thought the first part said. Could be a winner, but baby, don't you simmer down.
Yeah.
Baby, won't you simmer down?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Anyway,
so as you can imagine, we said, so many people were truly invested in 2011 being like the last year of their lives. They think the world's
so
gonna
sad.
end. Like, who fucking knows how many people were like, we're going out, we're done. Like, let's fucking run up the credit card.
Oh my God. Rage quit our jobs.
Yeah, like repenting every day in church.
Fucking their cousins. Like
fucking everybody. Just like
fucking everybody.
they're like, I'm definitely not gonna make it into heaven, so who cares?
Also, if it's like the decision's already been made, like say you bought that excuse and he's like, the decision's been made, like we just have to wait it out now. Oh, you better believe, like, yeah, I fucking would have eaten 3 years worth of chocolate frosting a la Helen Sharp from Death Becomes Her.
Mm-hmm.
I would have had a Goldie Hawn moment before she turns,
Yeah,
and
before she does the potion.
Yeah, and she's eating so much frosting. Like, I would just be eating and drinking everything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm doing now. Like, I feel like I'm living in end times, and I'm like, what's the point of anything? So, yeah. So people were and also people were spending their life savings. They're just, they just
Getting tattoos.
They gave up all their possessions. They like totally, I mean, imagine that mentality of being like, okay, the world is going to end, and you're fully invested in what is being told to you via this radio program from this man, and you think he has all the answers. And so, but you better believe that all that shit did happen all around the world, not just in the United States, but all around the world. The reaction was really widespread and in some cases extremely tragic, especially among people who were really, really worried about being left behind and not raptured, and thought they were going to like face some sort of like agonizing like death.
Dude.
So with 3 days to go before the last, like, I guess deadline, I don't know.
The like liftoff?
It's so fucked. This one really is truly awful. This mother in Palmdale, California, stabbed her daughters, 11 and 14 years old, and then cut her own throat with a box cutter so she wouldn't be caught up in the rapture of Christ.
Caught up in the rapture of Christ. Nothing else can compare.
Don't you do fucking Anita Baker like that? God damn it. Well, they survived. They didn't die. They all survived.
That's That's almost worse. Like, I want to know. I would love to see, like, where are they now? You know what I mean?
I mean, who's to say? It's so sad. I feel like that's just awful.
It's so sad. It's so fucked up. But it's like, they were old enough to fully remember it.
I hope they sued this man, honestly.
Yeah, but it's like, that ruins the relationship with your mother. 100%.
You think?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I'm sure their relationship's complicated, but is it? You know what I mean? It's like, I think let's just move on and let's live somewhere else.
Yeah.
Different relative. Let's probably have her committed.
It's fucked up, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
And then in Antioch, California, a man who could not swim tried to reach God across a lake and drowned.
Oof.
I don't know how the police determined that, but I guess that's what he was trying to do.
He must have told someone.
Yeah, and then also because this shit was global, and there's stories from all around the world, a young girl who's like 14 years old in Russia committed suicide.
No.
Yeah. And then a man in Taiwan because there was like earthquakes happening this is like when we had those really, really bad earthquakes in 2011. He was like, okay, this is it. It's happening. He thought the earthquakes and the tsunamis were like imminent. That was it. It was starting.
Yeah.
So he
proof.
Yeah.
It's proof. Yeah.
Yeah. He leapt to his death from a building, and it's. I'm sorry to have read that without a trigger warning, but yeah, it's fucked up.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
dude.
So
that's fucked up. I don't know, man. That's the worst part of all this is that like people were listening to this man, and like luckily, you know, like. So many people didn't die. I don't know. It could have been so much worse.
I think there was a lot of weird shit happening in 2011. That's true. But like,
it's like now.
Yeah. But, and I think it's just like, it was very coincidental that he had predicted these dates and they all kind of coincided with a lot of weird, not great things happening, but that happens every year and that can happen at any time. Yeah.
But that's the thing with like interpreting the Bible and interpreting things that don't have physical evidence or like any sort of actual factual evidence. You could apply it to anything. That's why astrology is popular. It's like, here's your
birth chart
horoscope. Yeah, here's your horoscope for the day, and it's like, it's vague enough that like you can interpret it to mean what it means to you.
Sure.
Like that's the hard part with all this stuff. But I think this is like one of the most fucked up things about all of this to me. People were very upset that this lunatic was able to have a platform as big as he had and spout so much hatred, because not only was he saying the world's gonna end and like giving people bad advice because he was not an expert in anything except for maybe like, I don't know, fuckery. It's like he was spouting homophobic shit. He was evangelical, so like that comes with a lot of stuff that's unpleasant and hateful, actually. And so he was spouting a lot of that shit, which goes without saying. And people were like found out about this and were trying to get the FCC to intervene. And so Family Radio was like submitted and complained about, and the FCC was like, I don't think there's anything we can do about it, which makes Family Radio to the FCC what Russian bots are to Facebook, aka not Zuckerberg's problem, aka the FCC never did anything because they are a garbage commission who spends all their time finding morning radio hosts for accidentally saying shit. Like that's going to do any harm while this man is out here telling people essentially to kill themselves. Yeah. Because the world's ending. And even if he's not saying to kill themselves, it's like, well, what are people surmising from that?
Yeah, it's like if he had said if he had said a curse word, the FCC would have gotten in his fucking face.
Yeah.
Just like if Russian bots accidentally posted some titties, that like that's the only
Mhm.
way that they would be kicked off of Facebook. Like
Oh,
that,
yeah, fucking a nipple
yeah,
is how to do
it
it.
is just
Ugh.
like indecency versus like actual like soul destroying, democracy destroying, like shit that is actually detrimental to the soul of human beings
Yeah.
is not moderated or paid attention to at all in this instance. So, yeah, it's really fucked up. This
Mhm.
man died though. He died in 2013, I think.
Yeah.
From he had a stroke
Mhm.
and had fallen as a result
Yeah.
of like that.
He was also, like, super
He was
old.
very old. He
Like,
was in his
yeah.
90s. And I just, I really, I don't have a lot of sympathy for this man. He
Mm-mm.
knowingly and very publicly led a lot of people to financial ruin, to their deaths,
Mhm.
to injury, psychologically and physically, like that mother and her daughters.
Yeah.
And who knows how many other people, who were just maybe too embarrassed to admit and report this kind of thing,
Mhm.
uh, had issues because of this. And there was so many people that were disappointed, so many, I mean, beyond disappointed, so angry
Yeah.
at this man after none of this came to fruition. Like, can you imagine being so fucking pissed that the world didn't end? like,
Oh my god, like, your life savings are
yeah,
gone, you got like, you, like, fucked a weird person.
yeah, or you like, I don't know, you just like, you
Yeah.
based your entire worldview on it's devastating to say the least. I really do feel like this man was a cult leader in a lot of ways,
Yeah. Oh, for
and
sure.
and a distant and remote one, but like,
Yeah.
which is almost worse, I think, than like a Jim Jones or something, because at least Jim Jones was like in the shit with his people. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucked up, but like he he was like actively
Fucking HERF, dude.
fucking, yeah,
They're
Applewhite,
all dead.
yeah,
They're dead.
they were fully invested in this too, and he just was like, he people like died because of this, and he did not even, maybe he did have some guilt about it, but like he just was, the overriding emotion I think that this man felt and that was reported on was
Yeah.
being baffled by the fact that the world didn't end like he thought it would,
Yeah.
which is just hubris to the degree that is almost, I don't even know like what to
Yeah.
say about that. And I'm sad for any human who goes down a path this hard and gets so lost that they also bring down people with them. But like, I
Mhm.
don't know that I have a lot of sympathy for this man.
It's very, like, it's very maniacal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like he just stumbled upon this thing and was like he was a millionaire. He put money into it. He put resources into it. He spent years like getting this information out. So like whether he wanted fame, whatever the motivation was to do it, like like maybe he really did believe it, but I don't know. It's just there's something about it that also is like you said hubris where it's like, "Oh, he knows the answer." It's like what makes you think you know the answer?
Nobody on this planet knows what's happening.
No.
Uh, we could all be in a fucking computer simulation, like,
Yeah.
for all we know. And like, it's so stupid to think that one person holds any answers to anything. The best we
Mhm.
can do is just hold on for dear life, love each other, be kind to others, and like not try to fuck anything up. Like, take care of our
Mhm.
planet, like do what we can with what we have while we can. Like, this man did that,
Yeah.
did not do that. He just shat on he just was an opportunist, honestly,
I
and I
think
hate this man.
I hate this man. Yeah. I think anything what bothers me the most about people who come out with information like this, or opinions, I guess. And this is what bothers me about like any religious zealots, or people that are like fundamental
Mhm.
about their religions. When they've stopped asking questions and they know the answers,
Right.
is what upsets me so deeply, because it's like, how would any of us ever know the answers? Like, ask questions, and if you find enough evidence to support the question in a way that, gives you an answer, then let's look at that. But that never exists, it's like, it just is. Everything should always be a question, and we should always be able to question things and always be working towards finding answers, instead of being like, well, this is the right answer. I don't know. There's something gross about all of that to me.
The rapture comes for us all at some point, and that's just the end of our lives. So,
Yeah.
like, don't stress. It's okay.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Make the most of the time you have, and don't follow anyone who tells you they have all the answers. That's
They
a
don't.
big red flag, honey. Don't do
They
it.
don't. And you could smell that from a mile away. Smells like an outhouse.
It's poo-poo.
Overflowing
Pew, pew, pew.
outhouse that someone put a Molotov cocktail in, so now it's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And there's shit everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you know it's bad.
That's bad news bears. Okay, that's all I have. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
The world is probably ending, but like, who's to say? We don't know.
Well, yeah.
It's always ending. Everything's ending. As soon as we're born to die. So
Yeah.
put that in your pipe and smoke it. I don't know.
But we're all going to be around till we die. Don't worry. The world's not ending.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
It's fine. We're fine.
We're fine. It's all fine.
Not that we know, but yeah.
We don't know.
It's fine. It's really fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. Feelings inside, not expressed. That's what fine means. Listen, hey, follow us on social media.
Oh, yeah. Social media, it's at DTFU Podcast, all the platforms.
Go to our website. It's www.dtfupodcast.com. Send us a note.
DTFUpodcast.com.
Wow. Listen here.
Yeah.
Of all the things that we've told you this entire episode, the one thing you should listen to.
That you got to get right.
You got to get right. Be
Number
excellent.
one key takeaway.
Be excellent to yourselves.
And each other.
Key takeaways. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.